If it's too bright, sorry about that. The curtains here, they're so thin. Uh, but anyway, another good meal I'm about to have. I just walked to the market. Victor Hugo, and I'd heard the name before, but I didn't know he wrote Les Mis and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So he wrote two different, very famous plays or books, I'm not sure. And I think they're both about everyone's beautiful, the poor, the physically deformed. I may look into him more, but that's a beautiful message. You may think, some people are prettier or stronger or richer or went to better schools or whatever. But seeing the beauty in everybody is enlightenment, illumination, what God wants us to do. So you might look at that plate and go, man, that looks like what you had the other day. And I'm like, yes, you're right. Except there's no spinach. I need to get spinach. And I got some new bread. I dated a girl. I was 21. She was 28. She had a kid, but she was a waitress. And I remember her saying, well, number one, she said she liked Friday nights, but Saturday nights were, kind of the rougher crowd. Uh, but she said a lot of times men would come in and get the same thing, and that's kind of me. And women would come in and get different things different times. It's kind of interesting. But I can eat the same. I lived with a guy from Shanghai. We were both in graduate school, and he was the cook. He cooked chicken wings, green green cabbage, white rice, and sometimes bean string. Walked most of it except the rice, and that's what he cooked that all the time. But it was good all the time, so I didn't care, and I was a dishwasher. I should have said the other day that herbs are important to enjoy your meal. So, well, salt and pepper. I don't use much salt because it's in everything else. Um, I love cumin. I love oregano. Turmeric's really good for you. I need some cayenne to spice this up. Anyway, I can use 20 different herbs and spices, and that helps bring flavor into it or out of it, or I'm not sure how you would say it. But I was thinking of, and somebody might be saying, "Oh yeah, you're rich. You're in France, and you're doing this." No, number one, I'm not rich. Number two, I'm at a place that's $50 a night, which is very cheap from most places, and I'm cooking my own food. I haven't eaten out yet. I get food and then I make it, and that saves on money. Uh, but that reminds me of a guy, a black guy, and you can say, "Oh, why are you saying black guy?" Well, he was black, and you'll see why I said black guy because this black guy was saying, older guy, talking about freedoms and having a better life, and black people being held down for so long with slavery and Jim Crow and etc., segregation, poverty, and he was talking about working for the next generation to have a better life. We want the next generation to have a better life. But he said, I remember him saying, "I want some of that. I want that better life." Yeah, man. Yeah. We aren't here for long. We need a good life now or next week or next month, but not after we're dead and the next generation. We need a better life. And I hope you people understand that electing billionaires, voting for rich people, tax cuts for rich people, uh, getting led off astray on other issues such like trans lives, which is like this big compared to concentrated wealth and the declining middle class. Is immigration important? Yes, it is. And I believe in more of a stabilized population myself. But even bigger than that is climate change and grotesque inequality and concentrated wealth, which is killing democracy. And we need better citizens to make better places. You deserve a better life, and everybody else does. And I don't know where that cursor is. There it is. So let's just keep that in mind. Living simply, but living well. Oh, I like the French, the way that they, go shopping and take their time and talk to people, and they're not in a hurry. We're in a lot bigger hurry in America. And they close down for an hour or two, and not just France, but the idea of closing down for lunch, caring about the workers, and the workers need a break. You're working 40 hours a week in America, maybe more. That's because over 100 years ago, people died in the streets because they got tired of working 60 hours a week. Well, what's 40 hours a week? Is that some type of magic spell that the owners cast upon you guys? We shouldn't work 40 hours a week. 30? Yeah, I'll say 30. I was going to say 35. I'm going to say 30. Something around 30. 32, 30, 28. Why is 40 a magic number? It's not. But we need to create housing that's affordable. And that will be apartments. It will not be a single home. It will be apartments. But you'll have a nice apartment, just like so many people in Europe. Like this place, a one-bedroom apartment. But it's nice. Anyway, I want you to have a better life, especially if you're in poverty or in lower income or struggling to pay rent. We're not here for that. We're not here to struggle and be stressed out and nervous about the next bills. We're not here for that. You know why we're here. We have to take care of each other. We have to be better citizens. We'll have beautiful lives and beautiful cities and countries. We're not there yet. I don't even think we're headed there yet. But how about today? Mes amis, my friends.